Closer look at the attack and its aftermath. Cole Bockenfeld is here. He's an expert on conflicts in the Arab world. Cole, thanks for being on the program.
Thanks for having me.
So, are you surprised that Tunisia is now in the crosshairs of Islamic State?
This is certainly a new escalation. Of course, there have been a lot of, as you mentioned in the report, a lot of Tunisians that have gone to Syria and Iraq to fight abroad. But really in the country, it's been pretty limited. That there have been some terrorists that have been outside of the capital that the security services have been struggling to keep under control. But this attack, striking right in the heart of Tunis on tourists as a target, is a new escalation.
Moving forward, how big of a threat do you think ISIL poses inside Tunisia?
Well, I think it's a little premature. I think we've seen the reports, that they're claiming responsibility. Up till this point, like I said, the sort of organizing inside the country has been pretty limited. That being said, one of the difficulties in Tunisia is that the security services in particular are not well suited for this kind of threat. That traditionally their army and police have either been used for external defense or repressing dissent, but facing this new terror threat inside the country is something new.
What do you think about the response so far? There have been 9 arrests. There seems to be beefed up security in the country. Moving forward, do you think Tunisia can handle this type of thing? Because the response by the Prime Minister and the government seems to have been rather swift.
Well, of course, the response can't just be a security response. And you see this a lot in countries where there's sort of a strong overreaction and a heavy-handed response that often can prompt a real tough counter-reaction.
So what should the response be?
What's important, actually, when the attack happened, the parliament just next door was debating this new anti-terrorism legislation. And so I think it's important right now for the country to come together as it has to figure out exactly how they need to deal with this kind of threat. What are the right tools, whether it's a sort of combination of policing, whether it's a combination of counterterrorism tactics, and of course what kind of support they can get from the international community to shore up what's really a new and fragile government there.
So Cole, what do you think the impact will be on the economy and on the tourism? Already 2 cruise ships said they're suspending stopovers in Tunis.
Well, this is a critical part of the Tunisian economy, and really remember that was at the root of the uprising 4 years ago, was the economic concerns. And so I think there is a major fear that Western tourists in particular will be deterred, and I think that's why you see a real strong visible response, beefed up security around some of the main tourism sites in an effort to reassure people that they're doing everything they can to keep people safe, and that of course they want people to keep coming to Tunisia.
Wow, it's a story that will continue. Cole Bockenfeld, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you.